Yes, so my name is Grant Palmer. I am currently in Jefferson City, Missouri, and my graduation date was last year, beginning of May 2021. And mass media just seemed very interesting to me. It just seemed the most appealing. I liked following the news and staying up with current events. And I know that's not mass media in like its entirety as a major. Um, but yeah, it seemed the most appealing to me. It seemed the most fun. And I certainly did enjoy my time in the mass media program. Yeah, so I was looking for media jobs, in particular, TV station jobs. I also applied to a few just like digital reporter jobs, like writing because I contributed to the Spectator, but they're mostly TV stations that I applied for. This job that I'm at right now, and I've almost been here for 10 months, I didn't originally apply for. This job was not on the spreadsheet of jobs that I applied for. How I learned about this job was a regional director for Sinclair, who oversees hundreds of stations, I believe, in the Midwest, I suppose. He gave me a call. He liked my stuff, and he thought that this station, KRCG 13, would be a good fit for me. From then, he passed me on to the station's general manager. I talked to her. We had a good conversation. She passed me on to the station's news director. Had a good conversation, and I think it took like maybe a month, and they offered me around sometime in April of last year. It's almost been a year from now since they offered me. So my path was kind of unconventional, but that's how I learned about this job right now. Well, since like I kind of got recruited, I think they already felt like I had the skills. It wasn't like a formal interview process in the sense that like I didn't like interview there, like I didn't fly up to Missouri to interview. And we didn't even do Zoom. I think we just did phone calls. The interview process consisted of, why do you want to go into news? What kind of past experience do you have? What do you do at your school? They give you a few writing sample tests, to gauge what kind of writing ability you have for broadcast and for the web. I believe I did 2 tests of each. And also something that like is probably good advice for people who are like interviewing. Don't get discouraged if like you don't hear back from the place in like a week, because these places are so busy. Like the news director has so many responsibilities outside of interviewing and hiring people. So like it takes a while. Like I said, it took me like a month, and I've heard some places taking longer. But yeah, I mean, they just want to know the kind of person you are, if you're interested and invested in your craft. I'm the weekend anchor, so that means I report half of the week and then anchor half of the week. A regular day for a reporter, you work the day side shift from 10 to 6:30. You come in, you have a team meeting on like Microsoft Teams, you pitch your story ideas. The news director figures out what each person is going to do for the day. From then on, you start making phone calls to reach out to sources for your story, who you want to interview. You want to figure out who you're interviewing. Sometimes that can take a really long time, depending on people's availability. People might not want to help you out with the story, like whatever the case may be. So you got to be good at like talking to people and like convincing people like that, they should interview with you and do the story with you. The people are down, then you go and interview them. You get all the necessary B-roll and footage that you need. You take a lunch break for like 30 minutes. You come back, you put all your stuff together, you edit your interview, and you put together your package, because generally they want a package and a VOSOT, which is just like a reader with like one soundbite. You put it together. You make sure everything's all good. You got in your lower thirds and all your graphics and whatnot. And then you present your story at the 5 and 6 o'clock news.